read this book back in 2023, but I never got around to talking about it. This is Penance by Eliza Clark. It is a book in a book, so the author within the book is actually a disgraced reporter named Alec. As soon as you start the book, you're told that this book has been taken off the shelves due to the narrator being untrustworthy and unreliable, so he is a wonderful journalist to say the least. The teenage girl Joan was by her classmates who were Violet, Dolly, and Angelica. The story hadn't gained traction because it coincided with the referendum in the UK, which is also known as Brexit. Almost immediately, we're also told about the graphic details of how Joan met her fate, so chapter 1 is a bit of a hurdle to get through. Once you make it past chapter 1, you will be introduced to Alec's wonderful, fantastical journalism. By fantastic journalism, I mean barely interviewing the victim's mother and then getting the rest of the story from the people that did that to Joan. Most of the information is coming from Dolly, Violet, and Angelica themselves, so nothing is really verifiable. We get to see some of the text messages as well as chat logs and some Discord messages as well, through and through. This is essentially a retelling of Mean Girls, but a dark version and told by a horrendous journalist. However, that is not to discredit Eliza Clark at all. This book does such a good job at world building. I live in the UK, and Crow-on-Sea is so hyper-realistic to a lot of the seaside towns here that have declined in recent years. You will finish this book feeling like you've watched a documentary about Crow-on-Sea, like you know everything about the lore of the town. My favorite part of this book was the girlhood and bullying aspect. It was so hyper-realistic by including the chat logs and Discord messages. Even though the girls in here are god-awful, I feel like you will either resonate with or know someone who would resonate with one of the characters. The further you get into this book and the more you learn about the girls, the more you feel the need to continue on reading. If your taste is similar to mine, I think you'll really enjoy this. It would so easily be True Friends by Bring Me the Horizon.